Following the release of The Legend of Zelda: Twilight Princess, the Zelda series debuted for the Nintendo DS. The Legend of Zelda: Phantom Hourglass was released in 2007 and was somewhat polarizing because of its controls and level structure. It was also my first 2D Zelda game, so without further ado, let's take a look at The Legend of Zelda: Phantom Hourglass. Set after The Wind Waker, Phantom Hourglass begins with Tetra's crew finding a legendary ghost ship. After she boards it, they hear her scream, but when Link tries to reach the ship, he falls into the ocean. He wakes up in the world of the Ocean King, where he's found by a fairy named Ciela. She takes him to meet Oshus, who has been taking care of her since she lost her memories, and he suggests that they ask a captain named Linebeck for assistance. They find him in the Temple of the Ocean King, a cursed temple that drains the life from anyone who enters it, and after rescuing him, Linebeck reluctantly agrees to help Link and Ciela using his ship, the SS Linebeck. They set out to find 3 spirits that can lead them to the ghost ship, and after regaining her memories, Ciela discovers that she is the spirit of courage. After reaching the ghost ship, Link and Ciela find Tetra, but she's been petrified by an entity named Bellum. Oshus reveals that he's the Ocean King, the deity of this world, and that Bellum attacked him and is attempting to drain the rest of his life force. To stop Bellum, Link and Ciela set out to find 3 pure metals to forge a legendary blade known as the Phantom Sword. Regarding its visual design, Phantom Hourglass is very impressive for a handheld title. The character designs are still stylized and expressive, and the environments are surprisingly detailed. The audio design is somewhat underwhelming, with many sound effects and voice samples from earlier games, and a repetitive soundtrack. Phantom Hourglass's gameplay is similar to other 2D Zelda games, but also has similarities to The Wind Waker. The overworld consists of a vast sea with numerous islands. There are 7 traditional dungeons, along with the Temple of the Ocean King that's revisited throughout the adventure. The main dungeons are generally formulaic, but have some unique changes, like having to lift and carry the boss key. The overworld is divided into 4 quadrants that feature multiple islands that can be reached using the SS Linebeck. In addition to acquired areas with important items, towns, or dungeons, there are several optional islands and ships with side quests, upgrades, or rewards. While sailing, it's possible to fight enemies using a cannon, retrieve sunken treasure with a salvage arm, and catch fish. Multiple sets of ship parts can also be found, and using parts from the same set increases the ship's defense. To access each quadrant, Link has to find sea charts within the Temple of the Ocean King. In this dungeon, his health gradually drains, but by using the Phantom Hourglass, he can survive until the sand in the hourglass is depleted. Invincible phantoms patrol most floors, and getting attacked by a phantom reduces Link's time. There are also safe zones within most floors, where the timer is paused, and Link is invisible to the phantoms. When returning to the Temple of the Ocean King to reach the later floors, previously explored floors are reset, but items from the previous dungeons can be used to access shortcuts and find optional rewards. In later revisits, there's also a warp to the midpoint of the temple, but the amount of time remaining is retained from when the warp was previously used. Regarding collectibles, heart containers are awarded for completing specific side activities and defeating bosses, but there are no pieces of heart. There are also treasure maps that lead to sunken treasure. By finding specific treasures and defeating each boss, Link can obtain more sand for the Phantom Hourglass. There are also spirit gems that are used to unlock an additional attribute for each spirit, such as giving Link a fire sword, sword beams, or increased defense. Various treasures can also be found and sold for rupees. Link retains many of his abilities from the previous games, but repeatedly performing moves like rolling and the spin attack will make him dizzy temporarily. Almost every item is from an earlier game, including bombs, the bow, and the shovel. Some items have new attributes, like the ability to draw paths for the boomerang and bomb shoes to take, and creating tight ropes with the grappling hook. One new item is the Cyclone Slate, which is used to warp to specific points throughout the ocean. Phantom Hourglass utilizes every feature of the DS. The majority of the gameplay takes place on the bottom screen, but a map is displayed on the top screen. It's also possible to move the map to the bottom screen in order to take notes. Certain puzzles and bosses involve both screens, and there are even interactions that require the DS's microphone. The controls mostly rely on the DS's touchscreen. When pressing the screen, Link will move towards that point, and tracing circles near the edge of the screen causes Link to roll. Tapping characters or objects interacts with them, tapping enemies or quickly sliding across the screen performs sword attacks, and tracing circles around Link performs a spin attack. The face buttons and the D-pad can be used to quickly access menus and the map, and holding the L or R buttons equips items. Outside of stopping the ship, the SS Lineback's movement is not directly controlled, but it's possible to draw the route that the ship will take. Tapping enemies fires the cannon, and pressing the screen moves the camera. There are also touch icons to stop and start the ship and jump. In addition to the main adventure, there are also multiplayer options. In battle mode, up to 3 players control Links and have to collect Force Gems, while the other player directs a set of Phantoms to stop them. There's also a tag mode where players can exchange treasures or ship parts. With the shutdown of the Nintendo Wi-Fi connection service in 2014, these modes are only available via local wireless connections. While Phantom Hourglass can be fun, it also has several flaws. The emphasis on the DS's features is novel, but the touch and microphone controls can be inconsistent. Although shortcuts are unlocked over time, the numerous visits to the Temple of the Ocean King interrupt the pacing and result in having to navigate the early floors multiple times. In 2015, Phantom Hourglass was re-released for the Wii U Virtual Console. While this is a good version of the game, the multiplayer modes are inaccessible, and one puzzle solution is less intuitive. This version will also be unavailable when the Wii U eShop is shut down in March 2023. Overall, The Legend of Zelda Phantom Hourglass is a unique yet flawed sequel. Its characters and world are charming, and its gameplay utilizes the hardware in creative ways. Even though I have nostalgia for it and still enjoy it, it's one of the tougher games in the series to recommend, because of its unusual controls and repetitive structure. On that note, thank you for watching, and next time, I'll be going over The Legend of Zelda Spirit Tracks.